Hello and welcome to another week with Mary's Dreamtime Messages. I hope you had a wonderful week last week. We're starting a brand new month. As you can see, it's September with the red kangaroo moving forward, and so yeah, it's gonna feel like this month. I'm feeling excited about having a new month, but also spring is coming. Well, it's not coming, it has arrived finally, which is great. And so it feels like some really fresh energy coming from September, which is great. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there from last Sunday. And I hope there was some quality time spent, and whether you're a father or somebody that's becoming one, I hope you got spoiled. And so yeah, as I said, September is red kangaroo moving forward. And so the week is going to be starting the 2nd of September and running until the 8th of September. And so my voice is a bit croaky because it's been getting really warm. Like spring is coming, and then all of a sudden the temperature drops right down and it's freezing cold. And so it gets hot, and then it's getting cold, and then it's getting hot, and then it's getting cold. And so yeah, the weather is just doing some strange things at the moment, which is making my throat go dry and croaky. But I'm kind of getting over the flu or the cold just from the last week, and so I don't ever get sick. I think this has been the first time in so many years that I've gotten sick, and so but I'm slowly recovering, which is good. And so I hope everybody has had a chance to claim their prizes. But I also wanted to mention that the last two prizes, which is prize number 4 and prize number 7, is going to be running until the 29th of this month. And so I think prize number 4 is, if you spend $250, you get a chance to get, I think it's like 5 tickets. I could be a bit wrong, and the prize number 7, you receive 10 tickets if you spend $1,000. And so at the moment, that is what you need to do in order to go into the draw. And if we only get one person that's entered, then it won't. Then they will automatically win. And so because we need more than one person in order to take it on the spin it on the wheel. And so yeah, and I've been listing some new paintings in the store lately, and so you would have, not sure if you would have seen these ones yet, these brand new little birdie paintings of this one, which was finished last month, of the rainbow lorikeet. The other rainbow lorikeet that I finished is already sold, but I still have this one left, which is on its natural food source, which is the she oak tree with the sun in the background. And so some really earthy colours with on the backdrop of those rainbow colours that are inside the rainbow lorikeet. And the other painting that you would have seen on Facebook as well is this brand new springtime painting, which has the daffodils, the 7 daffodils and 9 dragonflies, which is the first time I've ever done the daffodils in there. I've always done a lot of dragonfly paintings, but Yeah, this one has quite a number of dragonflies in this one. And so, yeah, there's some really pretty colours. And I've put metallic colours in this one as well. So you can, not sure if they come up, but you know, sometimes they don't come up on the video. It's really hard to capture the metallic colours because of the light reflection. And this one, just completed this one, which is the musk lorikeet, and I just finished the story on this one as well. So, which I'll be putting up very soon. And yeah, I know that, so the story came for this one even quicker than the daffodil one. Yeah, and so go check those out on the online store, which has the Summer Beauty blossoming flower from the eucalyptus tree on this one. And the dot work, you can probably see the metallic dot work in the background as well on that one. So, which is another beautiful springtime painting. And so there's plenty more to come, but I'll be soon painting a pelican, so as a request from a customer. So that's going to be pretty exciting because I've never painted a pelican before, and so that's going to be really good. And yeah, so the week is going to be starting the 2nd of September and running until the 8th. And the cards that we got from last week was with the white cockatoo, and so you would have maybe felt like there was something prompting this rebirth to do with the white cockatoos. It could have been from a past relationship that had resurfaced, or maybe it was somebody that had triggered something at work, or maybe a family member was reminding you about something. So, you know, the white cockatoos is about shedding aspects of the past in order to break through into a new life. And so it may have just been a situation where you are having a conversation with somebody. And so it could have been a number of those things where you just really felt like something, where you just felt like you were less than satisfied, or somebody took something away. And so, you know, that was just reminding you about this rebirth and how you're shedding all those aspects at this point in time. And you know, there's no time limit to how long that you go through a rebirth, or you know, this shedding to do with the past, you know, because everybody is unique and individual. And so, you know, that's what's so great about the Dreamtime cards, is that, you know, it's not like, oh, you know, this is exactly the way it has to be, follow these steps exactly. No, it's about following your intuition. It's about following what you're feeling inside to do with you, and what's coming up at any moment to do with you as an individual. And so only because you're the one that has the answers inside when you're listening to the deepest parts of your heart and soul, which are connected to nature, because nature is always reflecting and guiding us through its messages, through the animals and the dream time. And so our connection to that grows stronger as we connect to that more and more all the time, when we make a conscious decision to step in nature. And so the other card that we also pulled out was with the grounding of the honey eater. And so, you know, that was letting us know about the connection and the changes, and how the changes can also mimic the changes that are happening within our life, and how nature can really be a healer for ourselves in getting ourselves energetically back on track. You know, you may, you know, there's one kind of thing that I would recommend. If you just spend one time in nature per week, I would highly recommend doing a second time, and just notice the difference between the first time and the second time. Because when you go out in nature for 2 times a week, you will really notice a lot of the things that I'm talking about. And then if you do a third time, then that even puts you in a different level, on a deeper level, to do with the connection that you have to do with nature. And so it was about grounding. And so because what we can go through sometimes can make us feel out of place within our body, or if we're feeling overworked, that can also happen as well. And so we're needing to recharge our energy. And so that were the two cards that we were experiencing. And and just see how you go this week, to check in with those two cards, because they were pretty powerful. And you may still be just going through whatever that was from last week. And so let's have a look and see the two animals that are going to be guiding us this week, with the Dreamtime cards, helping us through uncertainty and troubled times. And as I said, everybody's going through something in their own time. And it's important to just listen to your body and listen to the feelings that are coming and the messages as well. The more time that you spend in nature, the stronger messages can come to you. But the thing is, people can't always spend that much time in nature. And so I would highly recommend it. If it's not something that you can do ongoing, I would highly recommend you doing it just for once and noticing about what I'm talking about. Trust me on that. And so whenever I do my paintings, I always try to fill my paintings with the feeling of nature from when I spend time in nature, like I always do every week. As much as I can. And so let's see the first card. I knew that card was coming out because it's popping out before. The first card for the week that we pulled out is with Emu, I am wise, letting us know, when I listen to my inner guidance system, I understand the right choices are empowering me and I am wise. Yeah, I love the emu card. This card has the quinine bush in the background, which is the medicine that we used to drink when we were kids. My dad used to make us drink that, and it was ghastly. But, I think I turned out pretty well, considering. And so when we have a look at the messages to do with emu, which is number 16. Yeah, and as I was saying the other week, this is emu country where I am at the moment, and so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I need to be painting another emu painting because it's been such a long time, and I feel so grateful to be where I am because of the emu. And so emu speaks about grounding knowledge from the stars, from family, and speaking it out as truth and wisdom to the people that want to learn, and and to use it to benefit people for generations to come. And so that's why I try to document everything that I do to do with the paintings, drawings, paintings, and the stories and messages that come. Because although I may not be around for ever, my paintings and my messages will be. And so that is really something that gives me a lot of happiness. And so even when I'm gone, I'm hoping that that will still be doing that for future generations. And that makes me really happy that I can contribute to the world in that way. And it's not restricted by religion or race or skin color to do with what I do. And so that's the beauty about it. in having such messages that can relate to all people in all ways. And so you may currently be lacking some responsibility or even procrastinating about something coming up in your life that is very important to you. And so the action step this week is, that is why the emu gives so much when we are feeling this way, because it reminds us that our soul has more spiritual knowledge that we currently know about. When we direct our intention into something important such as culture or bringing together of family, this will result in a very important spiritual connection you may not have noticed until now. So be ready to take on this responsibility. And just because we can't see what's actually happening, like right in front of us, seeing, it doesn't mean that that's not happening, or that there's not something around the corner for us. And so, that's what is also really helpful to do with the messages, is that it's bringing us something that we can see through the cards, but it's an anticipation for something that could be happening soon. And so it's helping us to, expand our minds. And so we may feel on a negative that we're ignoring something, or that we're procrastinating, or we're lacking our responsibility for something. And so the positive to do with the emu is spiritual knowledge that you're gaining, and that there's blessings, and that your purpose is aligning. And so that's really interesting card to get for this week. And, it's important to be mindful about the spiritual knowledge that we're gaining by doing these, by taking some new actions and new steps towards the expansion of our perspective, our thoughts, and in the ways that we want to be reaching, in places of higher love and a higher purpose that we've never reached before. And so sometimes we think it has to be strenuous, but in other times it's actually not. It's maybe a leaning towards something a bit more, which is not quite as stressful. And so that's something to think about, perhaps. And so let's have a look and see the other card that's going to be coming out, which I have no idea about. Gosh. It's been so long since we got this card. I am confident with total. When I share my emotions openly, I experience growth, which leads to unlimited opportunities for me to shine. It's not always easy to share emotions with others, and especially when there's a certain level of trust. And so with even trying to bridge the gap of that trust as well, that's where we can continue to, move forward with our emotions and speaking about them, because ultimately it is about us. And so sometimes when there's trust there and there is another person, we can easily fall into that thinking that it's to do with the other person, when really it's to do with us and our growth. And so the turtle represents our emotions. So now is an important time to listen to your emotions and what they are telling you. And so that was like what I was saying before to do with the white cockatoos, how, it's about listening to the deepest parts of your heart and soul. And, that's where the emotions come into it as well. And so women have strong emotional systems which can enable them to get a good read on certain situations. But when you neglect this part of yourself, you become overworked, tired and ashamed because of the feelings you are holding inside or maybe you don't feel ready to face them during this time, slowly work through any bumps in the road you are sensing. If it's never too late to change course or get quickly back on track by following some easy steps below. So the action step this week to do with Turtle is when you listen to your emotions in relation to something that could be troubling you right now, you become more confident. Honor this part and give back to yourself during this time by using water to relax your mind, body and soul. Get in touch with a body of water in nature or at home to unwind anything you feel ashamed of or scared of, and have trust in this experience. So this could have been something that came up from last week to do with the rebirthing, and that's why I was saying that that this could be, ongoing for some time, maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, or maybe a few days. And so the negative, you could be feeling scared, ashamed, or powerless to do with a certain situation or to do with something that, that you want to share. And so the positive to do with Turtle is that you feel powerful, emotional and confident by understanding what this situation is. And, that's a really good thing. They're the really great qualities, and, that allows you to fill that space up with something even better when you're able to understand and recognize what that is. And so the two cards that we pulled out this week is with Emu, I am wise, letting us know that when I listen to my inner guidance system, I understand the right choices are empowering me and I am wise. And so, it's important to kind of just understand what this responsibility is, and the gaining of further knowledge through the family or your culture. And, you will know what that is. And so the other card we pulled out is with Turtle. I am confident when I share my emotions openly. I experience growth, which leads to unlimited opportunities for me to shine. And so, it's about, really taking charge of what that is. Try to understand and recognize and allow yourself to just work through it this week, because you will gain some power and confidence whilst doing that. And so it's going to be completely worth putting in the effort through this self-care exercise. And so I hope you have a wonderful week with these two, and I'll see you again next week. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell. I upload videos every Sunday and Monday evening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.